Cyberbrainer is an online training platform designed to help individuals and teams learn the latest technologies and become certified professionals, producing a comprehensive learning experience.
Why was Carol Lee able to initiate this transaction? And will I know if another user like, say, Joy Banks, will Joy Banks be able to initiate this transaction? Can we find out if Joy Banks can also initiate this transaction? If so, how will you find out? How will you find out if Joy Banks can also policy? And if you want to quickly check for the initiate alone, you see over here, there is an option here called as security group restrictions. If I go and open this, this is going to only pop up the initiating security groups, not the other ones. So if you want to quickly check only the initiating security groups instead of traversing all the way to the business process policies and everything, if you want to find out only the initiating security groups, this is where I would do all right. So look, so Carol Lee is part of the manager security groups. And that is why she was able to initiate it. All right, clear. So only for initiating security groups. If I want to find it, I can either go to the business process policies and find it out, or the shortcut will be like finding it from the security group as diction, which is going to only have the initiating security groups clear. Any questions there? All right. Now we've seen about the change of business process. First, it was initiated by Carol Lee. The next step shows us review by current manager. And if I go to this particular business process event, it shows this particular review by current manager as not required. Why it was not required was it is by a current manager review. But if you see, there is an implied condition, which means it's a Workday owned condition, which says the business process was initiated by request. Transfer task. So we have another task, which is called as transfer. So that transfer effectively means transferring from one supervisory organization to another supervisory organization. I think you will remember earlier when I asked you to create multiple supervisory organizations and transfer people from one organization to another organization. That is when we will have transfer done. So that is effectively when this particular step will be initiated. It will be initiated only when I'm going to be initiating a transfer from one support to another support. And what it means by your review, current manager and a proposed manager is say, are you in? Is the supervisory organization is manager? And if prevalence is going to be the supervisory organization, be super manager. If a person is going to be transferred from A to B, current manager will be RN and the proposed manager will be probably. So you're moving from A to B, RN is the manager of A and probably because the manager for B. So it's going to be like from A to B, that's what the current and proposed manager is going to be clear. Any questions here on how exactly business process works? Is it all clear? See what is the transaction that we did over here for Logan? What is the change that we did? Location. So location is okay. What is this actually? We changed only the location. Was there a no? And this is specifically only for transfer. When transfer is initiated is from one support to another support. So this is not only for this case in any kind of a business process stuff. The moment you see this as not required, where you need to be looking at is your of criteria. For example, this particular approval step, job change is transfer. Alright. I don't think this is going to work over here. Right, because it says change job type is going to be transfer. Only then it will go for an approval by the manager. And when I go to this particular transaction a little further down the line, I will see that for this particular approval by manager, it will show as not required. Why? Because this criteria would not have been fulfilled. This criteria would not have been fulfilled. Clear? Any questions there? Are we clear? Are you guys with me? Or is it like quite overwhelming? But this is a or. I would say this is how a real-world change of transaction will look like yesterday. It's only the simple hire stuff, because I wanted to understand what is going to be a hire and how exactly it might look like. But in a real world change of this is how it will look like. And I'll just explain some more actions over here. First we saw review by current manager, which was skipped. Next, if I go over here, it says review by receiving manager, but it's awaiting action by low payback. Which is the proposed manager? If I go here it shows over here low paybacker. And I can go and proxy. And if I have the proxy access, let me see. I don't know whether I have the access to proxy in, as I don't have the access to proxy in as low paybacker. Okay. Any questions over here, guys? I will just proceed on, and I'll take you through all of these steps next. Alright. So the next thing over here is if the job change is going to be a transfer. So I'm not able to go in and log in as that particular person and then take you through the entire process. But I'm just explaining this. If this change of type is going to be transfer, which is like moving person from one supervisor to another supervisor, or it is called as a transfer in our case. It is not a transfer. So this is not going to go across and it will be skipped, which means it will show against this particular step as not required. And next, if you see over here, I have a review change job step by an HR partner supervisor. Anybody can tell me what exactly a review does over here, because we have an approval over here by manager's manager, which is of course, going to be skipped. But what exactly is the difference between a review and approval? And this does not have any criteria as well, so it's going to be there for everybody. Every single review, every single change of transaction is going to be reviewed by the HR partner at a supervisory organization level. So can somebody tell me what exactly is the difference? So, for example, if over here we have submitted a location change, from San Francisco to New York. And when the our partner comes over to review this, instead of from New York, he can give a location as Jersey or even a location as Atlanta. That's up to the HR partner. So he can definitely go and edit and approve it. It is not necessary for him to just approve it deny, but he can also review and edit the information which is there. He can also change the effective data. I had given the effective data yesterday, the 21st of September. But HR partner, when he comes across to that review step, he can also go and edit the information. He can possibly change the date from the 21st of September to the 1st of October. Due to some administrative reasons, that is also possible over here. Alright. Next, any kind of a org change or assignments is going to be like see this particular person whenever we are going to go for a change in the location. That is obviously going to be some changes in the organization assignment by organization assignment. What I mean is this is the global modern services supervised organization where local marketing is working. And if I come to Organization tab, you will see all of these company cost center regions and all the other stuff which we created earlier. If a person is going to